us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden soil and well for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Budji Mulinawul, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us, and for the invitation to welcome you here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people, and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. So he enrolled his daughter, Bulungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. She studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and, for a time, secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here this morning. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when clan groups were smaller and abided by strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we do it well. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he had ever met. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, they made shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without extensive tilling. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts and jails, not even fences. Our people cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, and then they were shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state with fire and responsible harvesting, and our rivers and waterways were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So remember, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life for the longest time, and not so very long ago. There's no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us, but we're a clever people, and there's still much magic in the world, I believe. So folks, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is normally good, and we are normally a very happy people. If you just keep following the promptings of that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far, I'm confident that together we will create a world that we can be proud of and that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Deputy Chancellor of Macquarie University, Elizabeth Crouch.
Thank you, Chris, for that very warm welcome to country. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's my great privilege as Deputy Chancellor of Macquarie University to preside at this very important ceremony today. First, I welcome our graduates. I hope this will be a very happy and memorable occasion for you all. You deserve to take pride, great pride in your graduation today. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance. You need to make many sacrifices. But that hard work has paid off, and I congratulate each of you on your achievements. Today, I also want to especially welcome those of you who are sitting beside and behind our graduates as their invited guests, because you've all done well too. The very fact that you are here, invited by one of our graduates to share one of the great days of their lives, is proof positive that you've been an important influence. So, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, cousins, sons and daughters, grandmothers and grandfathers, friends, husbands and wives, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, lovers, or whoever you are, congratulations and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our newest graduates are too modest to proclaim their success, I want you to make sure you do it for them. The ceremony that we are about to participate in today is one of the world's oldest social rituals. From the time of the very first graduations in Europe more than 800 years ago, graduates have been wearing robes just like the ones worn by our graduates today and participating in ceremonies just like this. Throughout history, graduations have remained a defining feature in the life of every university and its students. And it's no different here. Graduations remain an intrinsic part of the life at Macquarie University, and today we're proud to host this time-honoured ceremony for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. Our university takes its name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. We learnt at school that Macquarie was a great builder, but his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. Instead, it lay in his commitment to establishing the new colony as an egalitarian society, the foundation for the modern Australian notion of a fair go for all. And it is that legacy that we here at Macquarie strive to maintain and honour. Like Governor Macquarie, we seek to transform and improve people's lives, not only of our own students, but also of people all around the globe. We achieve this through the educational experiences of our graduates and by the fruits of our research. From the very beginning, Macquarie University defied traditional boundaries of academia, instead pioneering new learning and teaching approaches that challenged conventional thinking. We shifted thinking and empowered our students to learn in new and exciting ways. And importantly, students at Macquarie now guide what and how they learn. Each of our graduates here today has found a route to success, a route that is unique as you all are. Your journey here today will in turn guide and inspire the students that follow you. Here at Macquarie, you didn't just learn from us, we also learned from you. As students, you helped us to enhance our collective research and knowledge and improve the services and support we provide. Your vision for tomorrow guides us further as we position future generations for work in the world that you will create. Part of this vision involves developing our campus and boosting our capacity for research. In the past few years, we've built new facilities, including the Macquarie University Hospital that you may have seen on your way here today, the Australian Hearing Hub, the Simulation Hub, and the state-of-the-art Media Centre in the Faculty of Arts. Each of these are world-class facilities, some might say even unique, but there is more to come. Over the coming years, we will further enhance our facilities to ensure that Macquarie remains at the cutting edge of world research. The world is facing big questions, and Macquarie aims to provide the tools for our students to find those answers. We have a global network of Macquarie alumni which now numbers over 170,000 graduates living across more than 140 countries. We have more than 4,000 staff and nearly 40,000 students and hold a ranking in the top 2% of universities in the world. We are developing at a rapid pace, but are proud of our heritage and our beginnings. Scientists and engineers at Macquarie work on tomorrow's technology next door to museums housing some of the most ancient artefacts ever found. Our medical scientists look for cures for crippling illnesses, while our leading business minds develop new economic models. All the time, the amenity and peacefulness of Macquarie providing the space for critical thinking and imagination. This balance of world-leading knowledge and facilities, coupled with Macquarie's spectacular natural beauty, gives members of our community the freedom to think and grow. We want Macquarie to always be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. It is a unique environment and a unique community of scholars and friends. And in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of Macquarie University alumni. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Mr. Robert Thomason. Rob has over 35 years' experience working in higher education, consulting and executive development in Australia and internationally. He is currently on the executive leadership team of CPA Australia with responsibility for all of their education activities. Prior to that, Rob was responsible for business development and new market entry. Rob has held a number of senior roles in education over the past two decades, having commenced his career in university management. He has worked with and for professional associations, university corporate arms and the private sector, and brings a wealth of knowledge and experience in designing, developing, promoting and delivering executive learning to assist organisations to meet their goals. Rob has been a strong proponent of Australia's position in Asia and is one of the small number of New Colombo Plan business champions appointed by the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade. He has worked with Fairfax Media, one of Australia's largest media organisations, and was Director Executive Education with the Melbourne Business School. Rob has also held a number of senior directorships, including with the United States-based International University Consortium for Executive Education, a successful Australian financial services training organisation, and the Lake Mountain Alpine Resort. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure to invite Mr. Rob Thomason to deliver our occasional address. Please welcome Rob.
Deputy Chancellor, graduates, family and friends, most importantly family and friends. In starting, I'd like to pay my respects to the Aboriginal elders, both past and present, on whose land we're holding this graduation ceremony, and thank you, Chris, for your welcome to country. An unattributed Danish minister during the 1937-1938 Parliament first coined the since often repeated phrase, "It's difficult to make predictions, particularly around the future." Nonetheless, just because it's hard doesn't mean that you should not ignore the trends that are observable now and are shaping our futures. As Malcolm X famously quoted, "The future belongs to those who prepare for it today." So as you contemplate your futures in the time that I'm speaking and during this morning's presentation, I'd like to share with you 4 megatrends that we're seeing that are shaping the future of business and particularly and specifically accounting. The first megatrend I'll talk about is the centre of economic gravity is moving rapidly to the east to where we are. The second is that the future demand for accountants, and I apologise for the predominant accountants here today, the demand for accountants is actually increasing. Third, the world of work is changing. And fourthly, that employers are wanting more than just technical skills. So let me start with the first megatrend. The centre of economic gravity is moving to the east. This is happening now and it's happening very quickly. It will impact how Australia's businesses, or how Australia actually does business with whom. And employers who have foresight will be looking for people that can engage with our region. And looking around this room, you're the people who come from our region by and large, and you're the ones that can help Australian employers with foresight actually be successful in this part of the world. In 1990, the centre of economic gravity was the United States. With the exception of Japan, the strong economies were in the West. China and India ranked 6th and 8th respectively. In the space of just a decade, China has climbed to 2nd place and India to 5th place. While the United States is still the dominant economy, other westernised countries such as Germany, the United Kingdom and France have lost ground. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, projections are that by 2020, China will have replaced the United States in the top spot. PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, has estimated that in another 10 years, by 2030, and you'll be in the workforce in 2030, China's economy will be half the size again of the United States, and by 2050, India will be challenging it for 2nd place. Growth in other South Asian countries is also strong. They are growing at around twice that of the world average. The eastward shift in economic gravity creates huge opportunities given Australia's geographic position. This is where growth is occurring, through South Asia, North Asia and China and into South America. However, as the economic gravity shifts, Australia's success will be based on choice, not chance. Employers need to position their workforce for future success. This is where you and those that follow you come in. 80% of new commencements in accounting programs in Australia are from China and South Asia. Today's graduates and future graduates provide employers with cultural and linguistic diversity in their workplaces and networks that will take them into those growth countries. It's a huge opportunity that sits before you. Second megatrend is that the supply of accountants the demand for accountants will exceed supply. Projections are that future demands for accountants will exceed supply. That's good news for you here today. But there's some important provisos which I'll come to later in my presentation. Accounting is the 5th largest occupation when ranked by employee numbers in Australia. The profession is projected to become even larger. It comes in 5th when ranked by expected growth of numbers employed. Over the 5 years, 2015 to 2020, the number of accountants employed is projected to swell by more than 31,000. Graduates, you represent new injections into the supply of accountants. Until recent years, there's been an increasing number of graduates of accounting. The growth has not come from domestic graduates, those born in Australia, whose numbers have been static and in more recent years declining. Today, around 3/4 of accounting graduates are from overseas. While graduate numbers will increase as the growth of international students commencing their studies in accounting progress through to graduation, supply will still fall well short of demand. A key conclusion of a labour market research for accountants that CPA Australia funded through Applied Economics is that the medium term of 10 years or so, openings for accountants in accounting jobs will be at around 11,000 per annum. You may have had some frustration in the last period of time since you graduated trying to find work in accounting. All I can say is persevere, because those vacancies are there. And I'll talk a little bit more about some of the skills that I think you need to develop. My third trend is that the world of work is changing. That's hardly breaking news. What's new, however, is that what is happening is there is an accelerated growth or accelerated change. Based on an extensive survey of leading global business in 15 major developed and emerging economies, a World Economic Forum report released just this year on the future of jobs distills employers' views on the future key drivers of change. They can broadly be categorised as changing work practices, notably the changing nature of work, such as project-based work and flexible hours, the shared economy, crowdsourcing, and the economic power and aspirations of women. Where accounting is concerned, the practice of offshoring and outsourcing should also be included under this header. Secondly, global influences, such as the growth of the middle class and demographics in emerging markets, again, our part of the world. Where accounting is concerned, the eastward shift in economic gravity, our first megatrend, is also relevant. And thirdly, technological change, such as cloud computing, automation, artificial intelligence, robotics and big data. Now, there's a lot of scaremongering that some of those trends, particularly notably offshoring, outsourcing, automation, will spell the end of jobs for accountants. This is fuelled by studies that identify bookkeepers and accounting and auditing clerks as the jobs most likely at risk of automation. However, what's important is what lies behind these studies. They single out roles that are assessed as not overly manual in nature, not requiring abstract thinking, and as highly repetitive and routine. The wrong conclusion to draw is that this will spell the end of professional accounting. While computers can perform complex calculations with ease, and you do that all the time, they cannot handle abstract thinking. They are unable to rely on intuition, and they do not improvise spontaneously or act creatively. These are the comparative advantages of being human. This is our comparative advantage over artificial intelligence. This allows us to adapt to changing labour markets for accountants, and these are the skills that the university education gives you. Indeed, the World Economic Forum report projects that job families of business and financial operations and management will grow more than any other job families over the next 5 years. And my final megatrend to leave with thinking about today is that the future of the world is changing the expectations of employers. This is one where I challenge you to think about what will you do to make yourself stand out. While we've established that future demand for accountants will outpace supply, but your cultural and linguistic diversity should win favour with employers, with foresight. Neither of those, though, will guarantee you a job. This is the proviso I mentioned earlier. Graduate Careers last surveyed graduate employers of accountants in Australia in 2013. That survey reveals that while employers continue to highly value knowledge and academic results, these outcomes of your years of studies are just a baseline. They are necessary, but not sufficient in today's job market. Employers are also looking for higher order thinking, critical reasoning and analytical skills, and soft skills, or I prefer transferable skills, where communication skills is the number one skill still sought. On the last point, recent survey-based research points to poor communication skills and inadequate work experience as a top-ranking reason why employers of accountants may reject graduates. It further unbundles the communication skills sought and identifies building and maintaining client relationships and report writing as priorities. This research is backed up by what recruiters are advising. Hayes, a major recruiter report for the current quarter, advises that while numeric skills may be a technical prerequisite for accountants, they are not what a job seeker stands out in today's markets. Accountants need to deal with people and not just numbers. It is the people skills and communication skills that differentiate one candidate from another. So while broadening your competencies and experience are important for all, it's particularly important for international graduates of accounting where the adjustments required may be even greater. A recent study of Australian international graduates and their transition to employment finds they're poorly prepared for the labour market and more is needed to enhance their employability. So whether you're an international graduate or a domestic graduate, I encourage you to be proactive to help yourself to put your best foot forward. Capitalise on any work experience you've had and any volunteering that you've done, and invest in your work readiness skills. All of you have probably worked part-time. Think about the transferable skills, the leadership, management skills, the ethical basis that you've conducted yourself in that part-time work environment. They're the sorts of things that employers are looking at to demonstrate that you have some of those management skills, some of those leadership skills, and those all-important communication skills. CPA Australia does work with new graduates to help you get into the professional accounting market. We have a program called Skilled Migration Internship Program for accountants. We have a CPA Australia network. We have career expos. We have international student forums. And if you decide to go on and become a professional accountant, of course I would say this, the CPA program is what you should be thinking about doing. But as a father of 5 young adults, all who've had some experience at university, please take a moment to reflect on the contribution your parents have made, your partners, your children, siblings and friends, the contribution they've had to make on where you are today. You've exceeded in what is a formidable task. Many of you, you will be the first generation to be at university, and you deserve to be congratulated. And I think as you sit here, as well as thinking about your future, think about your past and the amount of work that you put in over the last few years to achieve the success which is being celebrated today. To end as I started with a quote, this time borrowed by Britain's former Secretary of State for Education, Michael Gove, I think the principal purpose of education is to allow each of us, when we become adults, to shape our own future. Your university education provides the building blocks. It's up to you to shape your future and the futures of those that follow in what I think is a very exciting world today. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rob, for joining us today, first of all, but for reminding us that we should approach our future with great optimism. And also that we here at Macquarie try and create the skills for our graduates to go forward strongly and to stand out amongst the crowd. And I think a very timely reminder that in a world of automation and robots, the human element is going to be the key one moving forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in thanking our occasional speaker, Rob Thomason. As Deputy Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies such as today's and conferring degrees and diplomas on those who have met or complied with the university's requirements for such awards. But before I do so, I need to be satisfied that you've met all of the requirements and conditions in order to qualify for those degrees. Because apparently, if I award a degree to you and you weren't eligible for it, I actually can't remove it. So I've got to make sure that you've been to every lecture, you've put in every assignment. Yes, you're nodding? Very good. All right, well, just to double check, I'm going to ask our Acting Registrar, Kim Guerin, to formally certify that you've done everything that you need to do. Ms Guerin.
Deputy Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being present here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees that they are to be awarded. Would all the candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
That's you?
That's you guys.
All right, you passed your first test, that's good. In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Deputy Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees or diplomas for which you have qualified. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates.
Will you please be seated? Deputy Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, and they continue to be in high demand domestically and internationally. Graduates have recorded employment levels and starting salaries well above the average of all Australian business schools. Research in this faculty is cutting edge and innovative and feeds into teaching, giving students the best possible learning experiences. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management and marketing. Deputy Chancellor, I now call on Professor Kevin Jamieson to present the graduates. Professor Jamieson.
Deputy Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. Shema, I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Shema Halak. Christopher Andrew Holden. Yiling Ho. Junfong Huang. Xiaotong Huang. Connor Jake Hubschman. Claire Eilish Khalil. Jungmi Ku. Nicole Cotvin. Fang Yuan Ko. Ramnil Tahal Kumar. Wing Yan Lai. Chi Wing Leung. Kaiwan Lee. Ying Chao Liang. Zahao Liao. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Marketing, Mark Stephen Jones. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, Aiping Ding. Rakan Hassan. Min Liang He. Xiao He. Charles Hong. Hugo Hood. Wenfeng Hu. Cindy Huynh. Devyashi Jagannath. Jin Jin. Min Jung Kim. John K. Kuravilla. Michelle Kwan. Wing Fu Kwan. Su Hyun Kwan. Yuel Lai. Quang Ko Nguyen Lei. Shualin Liao. Sang Ho Lee. Yu Lei. Anders Lee. Bi Ying Lee. Fei Lee. Lam Lam Lee. Ray Lee. Xiaoran Lee. Yang Lee. Yanjun Lee. Eugene Lee. Josa Liang. Caleb Junhan Lim. Cam Chuen Lim. Molly Lim. Yu Tong Lin. Runan Liao. Wai Yin Law. Chao Ting Lu. Yan Yun Lu. Laiton Nikolwi. Ching Ting Wong. Aisin Xiao. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional with a Master of Commerce, Ray Nu Jun. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting CPA Extension, Muna Adakari. Jay Kumar Bandari. Yu Meng Tsai. Yi Yun Ding. Tang Tung Din. Sin Dong. Eric Espinoza Moroccan. Shinran Fan. Zeli Fang. Jing Yun Guan. Yu Guan. Tommy Hatano. Yuvita Lavinia. Sen Yi Liu. Michael Mahajan. Yu Wei Chi. Syed Ali Raza. Melise Donagh Sequeira. Jia Sun. Hui Wang. Wei Jia Wang. Di Wu. Jia Jia Shu. Yu Jun Shu. Hanson Young. Jingbo Yu. Na Yu. Yi Bin Zhang. Hao Zhou. Li Jingzhou. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional, Asta Adhikari. Shabnan Ahmed. Afshan Gauza Ali. Hui Bian. Francesco Bruno. Kilol Sanjay Kumar Chauhan. Yudan Chen. Yun Chen Chin Chen. Ziyan Chen. Maureen Mezabin Chowdhury. Wei Xiang Dang. Yihui Gong. Evgenia Grigorenko. Shirei Go. Yang Go. Yuxiang Hao. Chai Sun Hong. Kazi Fahan Hussain. Pei Wen Ji. Michael Jing. Yi Kung. Guan Lin Lee. Meng Yin Lee. Pei Jia Lee. Wei Rong Lee. Yu Ching Lee. Jerwin Lee. Song Jia Lin. Jian Liu. Shu Yin Liu. Wan Yi Liu. Yao Lo. Timothy Andrew George Mason. Anil Kumar Nepal. Min Nut Nguyen. Phong Linh Nguyen. Yu Chao New. Raishin Pan. Susmita Pokharel. Jun Bin Chi. Ocean Pratap Rana. Arpan Shahi. Leah Bo Shen. Brijal Shestra. Man Song. Mang Mang Song. Ying Hui Song. Jia Chi Sun. Yanan Sun. Abhijit Talanki Narayama Mutu. Tian Tian, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Marco Ubalai. Jiao Jiao Wang. Xiaowan Wang. Zehua Wang. Xiaoqing Wang. Di Wu. Hao Shu. Wei Shu. Yun Zheng. Shun Zhang. Ying Zhang. Yi Zhang. Ziyan Zhou. Deputy Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Deputy Chancellor, I call on Ms Yaveji Yagamath, who has graduated today with a Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms Yagamath.
Deputy Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and friends. I'd like to start by saying congratulations to the graduating class of 2016. We did it. It is a great privilege and honor to be delivering this speech today on behalf of a fine group of graduates. Being in a room with people brimming with joy and seeing the pride on the faces of the graduates collecting their degrees is indeed a great feeling. When I made the decision to come and study at Macquarie University, never would I have thought that I would be representing my fellow friends. 3 years ago, I took a huge step in my life, packed everything, and left Mauritius to start a new adventure in Australia. I grasped opportunities whenever they presented themselves, and today I can proudly say that this has been the best decision that I have ever made, which I am sure you can all relate to. This morning, as I eagerly donned the graduation gown, the enormity of this event hit me. For some of us, today marks 3, 4, 5, or even more years of studies at Macquarie University. As cliché as it may sound, today we come together for our last hurrah as we have reached a milestone in our lives. But my fellow friends, this only depicts the commencement of many more exciting chapters. I am sure many will agree that the journey hasn't always been the easiest. Pondering back on the days at Macquarie, do you remember the day when you received that acceptance letter? The feeling of elation you had, the anxiety on our very first day, or the number of times we would get lost on campus and how it would take 20 minutes to get from tutorials in E to lectures in W or even X and maybe Y. Despite all this, we made it through, and here we are today, proudly receiving our well-earned degree. This would, of course, not have been possible without Macquarie University's remarkable teaching staff. On behalf of the graduates today, I would like to thank our dear lecturers and tutors who have helped us get one step closer to achieving our goals. As we leave this campus and begin the next chapter in our lives, we will carry with us not only the knowledge, but the life lessons you have taught us. Thank you for making Macquarie University the extraordinary place that it is. A very special thank you goes to our parents and friends for always inspiring us whenever we felt hopeless. You have always been very supportive and helpful during our moments of stress and frustration. We have indeed been very lucky to have you along this journey. This is for you. Please, everyone, join me for our dearest friends and families. Thank you. Before I finish, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to a select few who have made my journey much more joyful and insightful. Mr. Hope Achabo for Business Law 320, Mauricio Marron for Accounting 250, Christopher Adrian for Accounting 224, and Dabian Bridge for AFIN 253. All of you have demonstrated, not only through your words, but your action and enthusiasm, a means of capturing the attention of hundreds of students much like myself, and helping us not only get through our studies, but also develop a real passion for the units you taught. Graduates, once again, congratulations on your well-earned achievement, and I wish you luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
I'm sure you will agree that was a truly wonderful address on behalf of our graduating class. Divashti, thank you very much for that address, and we're proud to claim you. We thank you for choosing Macquarie when you left and took that bold step to leave Mauritius. We're glad you chose us, and we're proud to claim you as one of our alumni. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in thanking Divashti. It's now time for a brief musical interlude.
Orizzonte mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando ne manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me, su le finestre mostra tutti il mio cuore che hai acceso, chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Time to say
Ladies and gentlemen, that wonderful voice belongs to Miss Angela Brewer, who graces us with her presence at these graduation ceremonies. Please join me again in thanking her for joining us this morning. Please also join me in thanking our musicians. On organ, Dr. James Forsyth. And on the trumpet, Mr. Colin Grisdale. I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives of our alumni community, many of whom come to these ceremonies day in and day out to help make them proceed very smoothly and to make sure that we're all in the right places. They give their time freely to do so, and it's a great pleasure to have them. So please join me in thanking the representatives of our alumni community. Graduates, as I can now call you, this ceremony marks the end of one stage of your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with us. From today on and for the rest of your lives, you are part of that bigger Macquarie family, our alumni, and part of a network of more than 170,000 Macquarie graduates spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our Alumni Relations Office and hope that you'll come back here to attend functions, to undertake more study, as I know some of you will, or simply to visit our beautiful campus. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry, to set ambitious goals for yourselves, and to continue the hard work that has already brought you so far. I challenge you to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. My hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the whole community. Believe it or not, each and every one of you can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it. Because in almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, in your communities, all of these things matter and can make a difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed through the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life, a great career, or a great achievement. And in all you do, I ask you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. I hope that you will also always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom are here with you to celebrate today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like our newest graduates to please stand. Now, if you can put your testamers on the seats behind you, because you're going to need your hands. I'd like you to turn around and face your family and friends and give them a mighty round of applause. Now you can turn around now, but I don't want you to sit down yet. Here on the dais are representatives of our academic staff, many of whom have supported you throughout your journey. They do a wonderful job, and please join me in thanking them. Now you can be seated now, but just for a couple of minutes. Have a seat, yes, very good. Shortly, I'll lead the official party out, and it will be my very great honour to invite our newest graduates, their family and friends, to join us for refreshments overlooking the lake. But before I do so, I'd like to wish you the very best for your futures and conclude with the words of an old Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you.
The official party will now leave the graduation hall through the centre aisle and will be followed by the graduates. Would you please all stand and remain standing until the last graduates have processed out?